said before the game that not seeing results was kind of wearing on you. How encouraged were you to see tough-minded defensive play, energy, some ferocity out of a team that hasn't always shown it this year?
Yeah, very encouraged. And, it's been what is commanded of our guys, and it hasn't shown up the last couple of games. We've all been disappointed. We've all been called out and coached hard on it. And, finally came around.
Russ unleashed a real, it felt like a tone-setting play. What did you see on that dunk? What did you think it meant for your team? And do you think it helped set the stage for the way you guys attack Gobert kind of throughout the game?
Yeah, well, you have to go. Our phrase is you have to go smart or go strong against Rudy. If you take anything weak up to the basket, he's going to swat it away. So, you have to attack the basket with aggression like that, or make a smarter play with a shot fake or an extra pass or a dump off or something like that. And both of those things are acceptable for us in terms of how we want to attack them at the rim. And Russ made a hell of a play. I think Bron being the screener and the attention that he draws was one of the things that we've really grown with over the last few weeks. And that's what we saw on that play is they stayed home on Bron, allowed Russ to get downhill, and what a hell of a finish.
Frank, sort of a two-part question. What were you looking for from that group, especially early in the fourth, with a lot of the younger players and LeBron? And then the second part is, how much did LeBron sort of play a role from your advantage in doing some in-game adjustments? Because Stanley was saying that he felt like LeBron was directing him on how to attack Rudy.
Yeah. Well, with that group, we wanted to have two different approaches with these guys. One to have Dwight out there, and we started a defensive lineup, to try to jumpstart what we're doing on that side of the ball, and let Dwight go in and battle one of the best offensive rebounders in the game, and obviously they've got a lot of playmakers on the perimeter, and having a true big out there allows us to stay more in base coverage, get out of rotations the way we were, basically doing too much in the Denver last couple of games that you have to when you play small. And I think that allowed us to stay home on three-point shooters. But then the second unit would be, Bron and either Trevor or Bron or Stanley, and different coverages where we're doing a lot of switching and just trying to break the rhythm of their offense. And that group really did a great job. Our switching was far better tonight than it was in the Denver game. That's the biggest area of growth over 24 hours or 48 hours, whatever it's been. And in terms of Stanley and Russell, Stanley and LeBron working it was really just a way to attack Rudy that Bron identified, that we used as an action in the fourth quarter, that, Stanley made some great plays handling in the pick and roll, which is not something that we've done with him. But, the more he's with our program, with our team, we're learning more and more what he can do.
Frank, two questions for you. First, did you get any kind of update on AD tonight?
Yeah, so everything looked clean on the MRI and the checkup with the doctors. So he's been cleared for an on-court ramp-up, with contact. And, that doesn't mean we'll have a timeline. There's still a reconditioning and, ramp-up of work, involved. But we won't have a timeline on it.
Okay. And then the second question, more big picture. We've talked to you about turning the corner this year at various junctures, and it hasn't happened. So here we are again, a really impressive win. Does this one feel more meaningful and like an opportunity for real, as a foundation for where you're trying to go, than maybe some of those other opportunities earlier in the year? And kind of where are you on that?
Well, I don't know if we're looking for a turning point. We're really taking it one game at a time, while AD is out, and we're trying to get as many wins as we can. But I think there's a huge lesson to be learned with this group that we're going nowhere without being a great defensive team. And, our guys finally locked in. And this is the number one offense in the league by a mile. And we did a great job in all phases, and when we play like this, we know we can beat anybody. But, it hasn't been consistent enough. And, but there's a big lesson to be learned from this game.
After part of the discussion following Denver, it was about not playing hard enough. And when you see plays like Austin Reeves following up his own miss, falling to the floor as he gets the tip in, and when you see a guy like Avery Bradley, who we all know is running around every screen he can and putting himself in position to make a three late in the game, still have the legs left to do it. You guys can win so many fashion, but to have like little kind of effort plays by a bunch of guys add up. What's that level of gratification for a coach?
Well, the level of gratification is high. What you want is your effort players like those two guys that you speak about. Nobody ever questions those two guys' effort. You want those guys, to have offensive success. You have, extra effort plays type of success, that could turn the game. And you want them to be rewarded for their hustle. And tonight was a great indication of that, or a great example of that, with Avery being able to knock down a big three late, and Austin making the tip play, and just a number of hustle plays throughout the night.
One final question on Zoom.
Yeah, Frank. The moment where Russ was helping out with the mopping and that, which seemed to be entertaining everyone, for you guys, is that useful just as a reminder to actually that this can be fun, to actually have fun? Because it doesn't seem like there's been a lot of fun moments in this season.
Yeah, I actually don't think that was a small occurrence. That was an example of like, hey, let's all, let go of whatever, we're feeling from a negative standpoint, and, the clouds that come with losing and all that stuff. Let's let go of that and bring a positive spirit. It's MLK Day, right? Let's honor his life and legacy with playing the game with a pure spirit, and have fun with tonight. And, I do think that Russ smiling and grabbing a mop like that in a fun moment for the fans did contribute to that.
Thank you.